Hi, this is Lokesh from EC Analytics Consulting, and in this dashboard I will explain you our HR dashboard. We'll explain you how to read this dashboard and what all logics we have written to create this dashboard. Let's start with the understanding of data first. This is one organization data which is from 1999 till 2015 here. And what we have captured in this data? We have employee table. Let's open the data view in our Power BI and let's check this employee table. So we have details, employees we have hired from 1999 till 2015. In this table, we have employee related information like employee ID, employee name, date of birth of the employee, and then a date of employment, exit date, and then some other fields like employee's band, employee belongs to which department, gender, state, country. All this information we have captured in this employee table. Okay, and on the basis of that, we have performed some calculations in this dashboard. One is headcount, which is very important and which we are showing at various level. We are showing headcount by gender for male and female. We are showing headcount by tenure. You can see between 5 to 7 years by gender. This yellow bar belongs to female and this bar belongs to male. So this is stacked horizontal bar chart here. We have also created state-wise headcount report, where if you hover on any state, for an example, the size of this bubble is higher than compared to the other bubbles. So when you left click on this bubble, program has applied filter on this entire report, as this report is interactive in nature, and you can see the output here. Correct. And then the next visual which we have created here is department and tenure wise headcount. So we have department employees from sales, operations, human resource, finance, and then from distribution and corporate communications. And by this departments, you can see by tenure headcount here. Okay. So one important KPI which we have measured in this dashboard is headcount, everyone. Now headcount we are also showing by year. So for an example, when I hover on at this point, which is 2013. So in this tooltip, you can see here, hiring for this year are 108. So total number of employees we have hired in 2013 are 108, and exits belongs to this year are 37. Our till date headcount is 442. So till date 2013 headcount was 442, and number of exits till 2013 was 281. So this visual is helping us to understand our headcount curve and also our attrition, which is in red color, you can see here. Then we have visualized this for 2015 also by month, because this is by year using our historical data, and I want to plot this for this particular year also, which is 2015. So this we have plotted by month. So when I hover on this dot, you can see this is of November story, and when I hover here, this is of September story. Okay, so this is also showing you your monthly performance. Now the chart which we have used here is step chart, everyone, where size of this, height of this step is representing how many number of employees we have hired. So that step is representing your hirings actually. So for an example, you can see here, when I hover on this at this point, which is 13, you can see headcount is 442. But when I hover on next dot, you can see headcount is 622, because hirings in this year 243. So the size of your step is indicating that how many number of hirings you have in that year. Obviously this is in headcount calculation of, is also taking care of attritions as well, everyone. Okay, so this is what we have visualized in this last visual. But this is how to read this dashboard. The next important point is what all calculations we have written to perform this. And very first is headcount. What logics we have written to calculate headcount. Now when I talk about headcount, what is headcount? Headcount means active number of employees in our organization. Okay, and to perform this, the logic which we have used here is, if I go in my data view, and you can see here we have date of employment. Now when we are calculating for 2012, the active number of employee in 2012 we have to compute in a DAX calculation. Come here and let's hover on 2014 now. Headcount means active number of employee till 2014. So here we have two criteria, everyone. Let me show you our DAX calculation to explain you those two criteria. And those criteria are, all the employees where exit date is future date. That means when I am computing for 2015 and the exit date is future date after 2014. When I am computing for 2014 and exit date is the future date, that means that employee is still part of our organization. We have to compute that. Second criteria is all the employee where there is no exit date. That means they are still part of our business. So this we have taken care inside our filter function, everyone. Index. You can see we have written logic where date of employment is less than our date dimension table. Now this was very important because what we do in modeling, in data model, we filter our fact table using the dimension table. So check here. We have filtered our employee table using the date dimension table. And here we have an active relationship between date and date of employment. This is very important. Now let's come in our report view and let's open that headcount measure again. You can see here where date of employment is less than our date for which we are computing. If we are computing for 2014, so all the cases where date of employees we have hired prior to 2014, and where exit date is the future date. This is scenario 1. You can see the OR operator here. Scenario 2, again date of employment is prior to the date for which we are computing. If we are computing for 2013, so all the employees which we have hired prior to 2013, and where there is no exit date, we have performed a blank check, right? So this is the logic we have computed to calculate headcount, everyone, and that we have used with different dimensions. Next important thing which we have measured here is attrition percentage. So now let me show you the logic to compute attrition percentage here, and which is number of terminations in that specific period divided by average number of employees in that specific period is the logic, everyone, to compute attrition percentage. When I am talking about specific period, we have computed here attrition percentage for 2015. Now it's up to you. You want to compute attrition percentage for this quarter, this month, this week, or entire year. Okay, so the logic is number of termination in that period. So I have computed number of terminations for 2015, average number of employee in that period. That means average number of employee in 2015. Now what is the logic to compute average number of employee in 2015? That logic is, everyone, beginning of the period headcount. That means beginning of the 2015 headcount. End of the period headcount. That means end of 2015 headcount. So this is your numerator divided by 2. This is how we have calculated average number of employees, everyone. Okay, so you can see here we have declared two variables, beginning of the period headcount, end of the period headcount, and we have stored values in this. And then we have computed average employees. Average employee is your beginning of the headcount, end of headcount by 2. This calculation we have performed here. And as we have declared variable, we have to use return given to return the output, and which is your attrition. You can see we have computed here attrition. That means terminations, everyone. Number of terminations we have computed here and divided by average number of employees. Now, if you check, for terminations, we have used calculate functions and we have computed our measure, which is attrition. That means terminations we have computed in separate measure, which is this measure, everyone. Okay, left click on this. Now, to filter our fact table, which is employee table, by another date, we have used here use relationship function. If I show you our data model, and if you know about data schemas, we can create only one active relationship between the date dimension table and fact table, and that is with date of employment. But this time what we want to do, we want to filter our fact table using the exit date. And you can see here, this dotted line represents your inactive relationship between these two tables. Now to perform this, what we did here, we have used use relationship function in our attrition measure. Check. We are filtering our date dimension table. We are filtering our fact table, which is employee table, with exit date using date dimension table. Now what is use relationship function? Use relationship function enables the relationship for the duration of this calculation only. So for this calculation, this function will make your relationship between exit date and date as active relationship. Only for this calculation. This will filter that fact table and will return you the output. So when you have multiple fields in your fact table which you want to connect with your dimension table, we can create only one active relationship, and for another inactive relationship we use relationship function, everyone. This is very important to understand. Okay, so this is how we have computed attrition calculation, and we have used this in our dashboard. I have just explained you what all logics we have written, and obviously we have taken care of so many things related to data transformation to create this dashboard, everyone. Then in the end, we have also created mobile view. If I click on view here and let's click on mobile view, we have converted this entire dashboard in mobile view. So someone if open our report using mobile apps, they can see the report like this. Okay. In the end, we have published our report on server as well, which is Power BI services. So to publish your report, what we did, we have clicked on home tab and click on publish. From here, I have already published this. So this program will replace this dashboard with my existing dashboard inside my container, which is EC Analytics. Left click on this. And yes, I want to replace that. Click on replace, and program is publishing this on my Power BI Online. Let's wait for a few seconds here. Done. So left click on open and program will open that URL. And here you can see our dashboard. Okay. We have successfully published on Power BI services. Now in our next videos, we'll perform this step by step. We'll load data in blank workbook and we'll perform all the calculations, everyone. Thank you. Have a nice day.